What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing. I just finished up watching Willy Hutchinson versus Craig Richards, and this was a 12-rounder for the WBC Silver Light Heavyweight title. And this fight was Saturday, June 1st, from the Kingdom Arena in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. And this fight was broadcasted on the Zone pay-per-view as part of the 5v5 Matchroom versus Queensbury show. And in this fight, Willy Hutchinson was able to score 1 point for Team Matchroom for Queensbury over Team Matchroom, as he improves to 18-1, defeating Craig Richards here by unanimous decision. I scored this fight 117-111 in his favor, and just to break this fight down round by round, really the first 5 rounds of this fight, really the first half was dominant for Willy Hutchinson. I gave him the first 5 rounds, and these were rounds where Craig Richards just looked like an amateur almost. Willy Hutchinson was fighting very unorthodox, was just doing a bit more, was somewhat aggressive in some of these earlier rounds, and looked very, very solid, very sharp, was switching stances, somewhat unorthodox. Just a much, much better fighter, in my opinion, in the first half, and he was up 5-0. And then one of the few rounds I did give to Craig Richards was round number 6, where I just thought it was a pretty close round. I thought that Richards did a decent job, landing some stiff jabs to the head and to the body. And then moving on, rounds 7, 8, 9, and 10, I gave them all to Willy Hutchinson. Hutchinson, in my opinion, in these rounds, he actually started to box more, was moving around, kind of fighting like a drunken style. He would keep his hands down, just move his head. And Richards was kind of getting a little bit agitated, it seemed like. He was really trying to throw and land some big shots, but just to no avail. And added that sequence, the only kind of close round was round number 9, where it was just, Richards had some good work late, but Hutchinson predominantly had some very good kind of drunken boxing with his hands down, moving. Looked very good in that 9th round. But also in this fight, Hutchins was actually able to hurt Richards, especially in the 10th round. Talking about this sequence that he won, he was actually able to land some big shots on Richards, kind of buckle him back. It was a very good round for Hutchins. And then the last 2 rounds I did give to Craig Richards. They were both actually exchanging heavily. It was a very fun fight. However, I thought that Richards had a bit more on his shots late at this point in the fight, even though they were both tired, and Hutchinson was primarily the better fighter overall. I just gave the last 2 to Richards. So that accumulates to a 117-111 scorecard. And this goes into the question, what is next for Willy Hutchinson? And I did forget to mention, I believe, I didn't mention this earlier, the judges had this one 116-112, 117-111, agreeing with my scorecard, and 119-109 for Hutchinson overall. But back to what could be next for him. He's now the WBC Silver Champ. That should put him within the top 5, I believe so, in the WBC rankings. So maybe we could see him take on someone for a final eliminator, a world title eliminator, anyone who's ranked top 15 by the WBC, or we could see him face someone who's just top 15 ranked in the light heavyweight division overall. And I believe Richards was really somewhat around that ranking. So, a very good win here, very solid upset win here as well for Willy Hutchinson. But as for Craig Richards, I think he's going to go back. He now drops to 18-4-1. I think he's got to go back, maybe take on a few lower-level opponents before maybe getting another opportunity against another top 20 light heavyweight. So overall, Willy Hutchinson defeats Craig Richards via unanimous decision, improving his record to 18-1, whilst Craig Richards drops to 18-4-1. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.